Welcome back to ILTV on the Hour. We're bringing you the biggest headlines from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. I'm Caleb Ben David, and let's get into the top headlines of the hour. Hamas continues to delay in returning the remains of the hostages no longer living, drawing sharp criticism and warnings from both President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. Following the initial return of 4 bodies on Monday, last night a second convoy of 4 coffins crossed into Israel and was taken to the National Center of Forensic Medicine for identification. This morning, 3 of the 4 were confirmed. Uriel Baruch, 35, from Givon, who was seized and murdered at the Nova Festival. IDF soldier Tamir Nimrati, 20, from Nirit. And Eitan Levy, 53, a taxi driver from Bat Yam, taken while dropping off a friend at Kibbutz Be'eri. A security official confirmed that the 4th body returned to Israel last night did not belong to a hostage, but was a member of Hamas. Now, with these returns, 7 hostages' bodies have now come home since the deal took effect. According to Israeli officials and the families, 21 bodies are still to be brought back. Hamas has reportedly told mediators that it will return 4 more bodies later today. These latest identifications follows Tuesday's confirmations of the 4 others returned earlier. Guy Iluz, 26, seized at the Nova Festival. Bipin Joshi, 24, a Nepalese agricultural student taken from Kibbutz Alumim. Yossi Sharabi, 53, of Kibbutz Be'eri. And Captain Daniel Peretz, 22, an Army Corps officer killed in the fighting in Nachal Oz. All are now on their way to a proper burial. The families of the remaining hostages say the timetable being dictated by Hamas is unbearable and that the agreement must be honored in full. Vigils are continuing at Tel Aviv's Hostage Square and outside the Abu Kabir Forensic Center, with participants demanding the return of all hostages. Officials caution the next phase will be slower and messier, with complex searches amid rubble, but the promise remains the same: bring every one of Israel's hostages home. Back in Washington, U.S. President Donald Trump warned Hamas to carry out its obligations under the agreement or face the consequences. Trump said Tuesday that Hamas has told his top aides that it will disarm and that the terror group could be dealt with violently if it refuses to do so. Trump also pressed the Palestinian terror group to follow through with its release of all dead hostages still being held in Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu also weighed in, telling the U.S. channel CBS TV that if Hamas does not fulfill all of its commitments that it agreed to, including disarming and the demilitarization of Gaza, then all hell will break loose, this referring back to Trump's earlier comments. Meanwhile, the 20 freed hostages reunited with their families on Monday have now spent 2 days back in Israel after the tears, cheers, and hugs following more than 2 years in Hamas captivity. The last 20 living hostages were released by Hamas to Red Cross teams, then transferred to Israeli military control and then to hospital for a period of rehabilitation while meeting immediate family members and close friends. The released captives are beginning medical and psychological rehabilitation as the nation celebrates their return and the ceasefire deal moves forward. Among the touching moments, Guy Gilbert Dalal, greeted by his family in matching t-shirts printed "Guy is home, the heart is whole again," with his father wrapped in an Israeli flag. Other reunions included Avi Natan Or with his girlfriend and former hostage, Noah Argamani, and Omri Miran speaking to his young daughters via a video call before embracing them in person. Now, while Israel observes the ceasefire, Hamas gunmen have launched a bloody crackdown in Gaza, executing dozens of their own people on the streets. The documented public executions comes as Hamas tries to reassert its control over the Gaza Strip. And that ends this update on ILTV. Stay tuned for further updates on the hour. Or, of course, you can download our app just by scanning that QR code, which is now on your screen. Thanks for joining us. I'm Caleb Ben David.